All right, YouTube, welcome back. So last night we're at our favorite diner, and we have two of our favorite waitresses there. Yeah, and then one was working. She's our favorite waitress too. And open the hood, and I'll show you what to do. So we're not sitting exactly in her section, but they usually just let us sit wherever we want when we come so often. So we're sitting there, and you know, there's just like this weird vibe in the air. And then our waitress comes over, talks to us. Her name is Cheyenne. You know Cheyenne? And
yeah, we worked on her card.
Yeah. It's the same card. She's still having problems with it. And that's because she hasn't been coming to us to get it fixed.
Well, and it's a Ford, so.
It's a Ford.
I daily drive a Ford. I used to work at Ford. I'm allowed to say it.
So we bullshit with all the girls in there that we're friendly with. And then there's this old couple walking up, and they're definitely seniors. I don't know how seniors, right? They're walking up to the counter. They're standing at the glass, and there's this wholesome, fragile, cute little girl like Sierra. Sierra would have cut their throats, but this girl just they
She looks like she's about to cut yours.
You're not listening to my story?
I am.
So there was this girl who definitely seems like she's emotionally fragile. But she's a very cute girl. Emotionally fragile. She's behind the counter, and there's three old people coming up to her. And she's like, she's fucking crying behind the counter, like she broke down. Like, why are you torturing me? All I'm here to do is
Get Cheyenne up
collect
there,
your money, right?
Yeah, get Cheyenne up there.
So Cheyenne walks up and she's listening. She's like, I need my job, but if I would give them right back to him. So she's like, and we waited 20 minutes just to get our check, and this is the most horrible service, and blah 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 blah. Now I've been eating at this diner for years, 3-4 times a week. I can tell you, I may have had that much of a bad experience. It was over a salad that the dressing just wasn't what I expected to come out of the container.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's not.
Like, all the food's always been decent. The service has been decent. And even when the service isn't
Top tier,
I understand because of what's going on. Mm-hmm. And some people just don't give a shit.
But you're also a business owner. You understand.
So I see it from both sides of the fence.
Exactly.
The business owner side and then the customer side and all this. So, and the girl who just collects the money, she has no control over anything. She can't override the receipt. She can't make any changes. She has to wait for a manager. And the manager, because they're short, she's running around doing 2 jobs, right? And these people come here all the time, so they know who's the manager, who's just the cashier, who's just the cleanup person, who doesn't speak English. They're regular seniors who go there all the time.
So when I was a cashier at Acme, I was only allowed to give up to 5% discounts. That doesn't even include like coupons, or that includes coupons and stuff.
Right.
So
only so much that you were allowed to do.
Well, exactly. But my point is, even if the coupons added up to more than 5% of their total bill, I'd have a manager come over and override it.
And they would have to wait for a manager to come over. And no different when I go to the supermarket. If I ever needed a manager, they're never standing right next to me. Like,
Nope.
Can I get a manager? Poof, they show right up.
Nope, it takes
So they're bitching, and this girl broke down and just was in tears, and I felt so bad for her, because old people are a pain in the ass. Like, you've seen the old people that come in here who piss their pants in their car and smell like death, and I don't even want to work on their car. Like, you weren't even here for that, were you? I think it was you.
Yeah, I didn't drive it.
So, and then they don't take no for an answer, and I don't know if it's because they can't really hear what we're saying, but when we go, no, we don't want to help you, I think they say, yes, we're going to get you right in. And it's not that. We're saying, no, we don't want to help you. So, and they're going, and they're going, and they're going. She's crying. The owner's there, right? But the owner pays everybody to do their job. So he's not even getting involved. He's like, this isn't really anything I need to get involved in. You 3 senior citizens are bitching about the waitress put all your charges on one bill, and they had to have separate bills. And I think the whole bill wound up being like $46. And they're like, well, you charged me for a soup, and then you charged me for crackers, and you charged me for a Diet Pepsi. And it was just a disaster. So the manager came up, she's like, I understand. I'm going to fix it. Stop complaining. And I'm sitting 10 feet away. I'm like, now you're pissing me off, because you didn't have to act like morons, right, to get your point across. So what, the waitress put all the charges on one receipt, right? It's not the big deal. And then you're bitching about shit you didn't want to pay for or you paid for. And they made good on it. Also, but the manager said, give me your receipts, stop running your mouth, tell me what's going on, and I will, and yap. I was ready to get up and say, can you just shut your mouth? I'm trying to enjoy my meal. And she said she's going to take care of it. And then she says in the end, she goes, and every time that you're here, you do the same shit to us.
So then why are you coming back?
And they said, well, we're not coming back, and we're going to get you fired, and we're going to call the owner. And she was like, the owner's here. He knows what's going on. But they said, you come here all the time, and you bitch and complain about the same shit. Now, I said to myself, it isn't cheap to go to a diner to eat anymore. You can't go anywhere and eat. And if you're pinching pennies to go out to eat, the diner is not the place to go.
You shouldn't be going out to eat.
And I said, my policy here would be, absolutely, we're not splitting checks up for a party of 3, or a party of 10, or a party of none. I'm not doing that shit. Like, you used to figure all that shit out amongst you and pay the bill. Like, why torture my staff to break up a $40 check? We people watch.